Okay, let's dive into this explainer. I want you to just picture yourself standing high above the mist-covered forests of Sichuan province in southwestern China, getting ready to make a metaphorical ascent straight into the clouds. Today, we're exploring the incredible Mount Emei. And right off the bat, I have to tell you, this isn't just another mountain. It is a profound 3,000-year journey through deep history, rich spirituality, and some absolutely jaw-dropping natural wonder. To really wrap your head around the sheer scale of this place, we're talking about an elevation of roughly 3,099 meters above sea level. I mean, that is seriously towering. We are dealing with massive, sweeping cliffs that just kind of disappear into the clouds. And for 3 millennia, 3,000 years, that staggering height has challenged and inspired everyone, from emperors and monks to everyday travelers, to make the demanding climb. But you know what's really fascinating? Despite that massive, intimidating size, its name is actually incredibly poetic. The name Emei is believed to describe the graceful, sweeping shape of its twin peaks. Ancient Chinese poets who have been singing the praises of this landscape for centuries actually thought the peaks perfectly resembled the delicate eyebrows of a young woman. It's just such a wonderfully gentle, human name for this massive geological giant.
All right, moving into section 1, the roots of Chinese Buddhism.
Let's actually trace how this whole spiritual heritage started. It all sparked to life way back around the 1st century CE. That's when Buddhism first arrived from India via the ancient Silk Road, and monks started building the very first temples right here on the mountain. Over the centuries, that initial burst of devotion exploded into hundreds of monasteries built right into the steep slopes. Fast forward to 1996, it gained prestigious international recognition from UNESCO, and today it welcomes millions of visitors every single year. It is a completely unbroken chain of spiritual history, which is pretty rare. And at the absolute spiritual heart of that rich heritage is this key figure, Samantabhadra, the bodhisattva of wisdom and virtuous practice. You see, ancient pilgrims didn't just hike this mountain for the exercise or the scenic views. They firmly believed that by enduring the extreme physical hardship of climbing Mount Emei, they would actually draw closer to Samantabhadra, ultimately attaining true spiritual enlightenment and receiving some profound divine blessings along the way. Now, obviously, time, war, and natural disasters have definitely taken their toll on the original hundreds of monasteries. But remarkably, about 30 remain standing today. We're talking about legendary spots like Baguo Temple, Wannian Temple, Qingyin Pavilion, Sanfeng Temple, and of course, the Golden Summit Temple. When you visit these sites, you're not just looking at old buildings, you are literally walking through centuries-old wooden halls, you're hearing ancient bronze bells ring out, and you're climbing carved stone stairways that beautifully capture distinct eras of Chinese architectural history. It's like a time machine. Shifting gears a bit, let's head into section 2, Nature's Hidden Paradise. Because this mountain isn't just about history, it's a literal biodiversity hotspot. I mean, scientists have documented an unbelievable range of life here. Down at the lower elevations, you're walking through dense, lush subtropical forests, which then gradually shift into these rugged alpine ecosystems the higher you climb. Across those zones, there are thousands of plant species, including ancient giant trees and some incredibly rare medicinal herbs. Add hundreds of bird species and protected wildlife to the mix, and you realize this sacred space is practically a living, breathing laboratory of natural wonder. Oh, actually, a quick heads up for any future travelers. You are almost certainly going to run into the local Tibetan macaques. They are highly intelligent. They roam completely free along the mountain paths and, well, they are notorious backpack thieves. Seriously. Yes, they are absolutely fascinating to watch, but if you've got a snack in your hand or even a loose zipper on your bag, consider yourself a prime target. Keep a very close eye on your gear up there. Okay, so we've explored the ancient temples, we've carefully dodged those thieving macacoras in the subtropical forests, and we've climbed way up into the thin air of the alpine zone. So what actually lies at the absolute highest accessible point of Mount Emei? Just imagine, after all those thousands of grueling steps, finally cresting the peak, what's waiting for you? That brings us right to section 3, the Golden Summit. When you finally reach the top, the first thing that hits you is the sheer scale of the golden statue of Samantabhadra. It is a staggering 48 meters tall. It completely commands the entire summit. Standing at that unbelievable height, covered in gold, it shines brilliantly against the open mountain sky. It's this spectacular, dazzling beacon that essentially rewards everyone who manages to make it to the top. But man, the statue is just the beginning. If you manage to get up there right at sunrise, you are often greeted by the famous Sea of Clouds. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Picture this. You're standing on the summit and looking down, entire deep valleys just disappear beneath an endless, rolling white blanket of clouds. It creates this profound, almost magical illusion that the mountaintop temples are quite literally floating above heaven itself. It is surreal. And if you get really, really lucky with the weather, you might even witness a rare meteorological miracle known as the Buddha's halo. Basically, this is a phenomenon where the sunlight creates these vibrant, colorful rings right around your own shadow, cast down onto the mist below. So think about what that meant back in the day, when ancient pilgrims saw this glowing, colorful ring surrounding their own silhouette. They definitely didn't think, oh, neat weather event. No, they saw a direct, undeniable, divine blessing from the mountain itself. Honestly, when you have mind-bending visual phenomena like that happening, it's no wonder at all that Mount Emei is absolutely steeped in myth. I mean, legends passed down for generations tell stories of ancient monks who actually witnessed Samantabhadra riding a majestic white elephant straight through those very clouds. There are also these wild tales of mysterious glowing lights appearing over the summit during violent storms, and benevolent spirits actively guiding the pilgrims who climbed with pure, devoted hearts. Which perfectly leads us to our final stop, Section 4, a World Heritage Legacy. Fast forward to 1996, and UNESCO officially stepped in, designating Mount Emei, along with the nearby Emeishan giant Buddha, as a World Heritage Site. This prestigious recognition celebrated exactly what we've been exploring today. It's completely unique, incredibly harmonious blend of vital natural ecosystems and extraordinary centuries-old religious heritage. It's the total package. Today, millions of people make the trek. Some visitors still choose to grind it out on those grueling, ancient stone stairways, really feeling the weight of every single step, just like the pilgrims of the past. Others, opt for the breathtaking glide of a modern cable car, soaring directly toward the summit. But here is the really beautiful takeaway. Regardless of the route you choose, every single person who makes the journey joins a continuous, living tradition stretching back nearly 2,000 years. So that leaves us with a pretty compelling question to wrap things up. Is Mount Emei's greatest mystery hidden within the walls of its ancient temples, or is it actually in the profound peace and wonder discovered along the climb itself? Mount Emei really shows us that religion, history, and nature can exist together in perfect harmony. It challenges us to think about what the true reward of any journey really is. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this leaves you curious and inspired to keep learning.